bit. I wasn't worried. It was touch and go a little bit there for a while. I definitely didn't say anything I regret. The Montreal Canadiens beat the Buffalo Sabres in Game 7 to move on to the conference finals against the Carolina Hurricane. It's 1 a.m. already. I'm just starting this. I haven't even downloaded my clips yet. I'm going to be up all night, but let's talk about it. I wasn't worried for a minute. I knew they'd win. I thought they'd win last game, but they didn't. They came up just a bit short. They should have just won last game and saved us the pain of this game. But the Montreal Canadiens are through. This young team has made it through to the conference finals. Through a difficult division, on to play like a titan within the league. And I still feel like I have no idea how far this team can actually go. This Montreal team is the youngest team in NHL history to advance to the conference finals since the 1993 Montreal Canadiens, baby. Both teams an average age of 25.8 years. This is crazy. I'll admit, I didn't expect them to get this far, but their ability to hang in there, their stick-to-itiveness, trusting the system. Yeah, a couple of times this game, they looked very flat and it was frustrating, but they found the bodies, they found their legs, they were able to pull something out of their hat. I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, I want to thank everyone from the community. You guys have been coming up huge. The live the other night, the amount of new subscribers that we're getting, and all sorts of people from all sorts of different backgrounds. Everyone in the comments are so nice. This is such a great community, guys. If you're not already subscribed, why not join us? We're like a pigeon fart away from getting 25,000 subscribers. Can you help me get there? Everyone else, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Tell me in the comments what your favorite type of Pokemon is. But let's get to this game. Et on va commencer avec la formation de départ. Let's start with the lineup because there was a change, and it's one that I didn't really expect. It turns out didn't really pan out. Nos attaquants are forwards: Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Evans, Demidov, Texier, Deneau, Anderson, Bolduc, Kapanen, Doc. Kapanen rotates back in, fresh legs. You know, this guy had a great rookie season. He showed a lot of responsibility on both sides of the puck. Hey, this sounds like a good idea. No défenseur or defenseman. We got Matheson, Carrier, Hudson, Dobson, Gooley, Xhekaj. So they didn't break up Matheson and Carrier, and often, very often, they played together tonight, although it was mixed up quite a bit as well. No Gardien, our goalies. Dobesh, of course, returns to net. Fowler on the bench. And on the other side of the sheet, UPL is taking to net. He came up pretty clutch in the last game, but he is a very beatable goaltender. So I had some optimism with UPL in net. Dobesh, of course, looking like he is either nauseous or about to cry, which is very typical. So they drop the puck in this one, and Montreal survives the first minute of the game without a goal. Great start. Shortly after that, right off the bat really, Xhekaj and Oliver Kapanen combined for the first really good chance the Canadiens would have. And in return, they're both rewarded with 7 minutes of combined ice time for the entire rest of the game, which really aggravated me. Looking forward at the end of the game, there were some tired legs out there. They could have used Xhekaj, they could have used Oliver Kapanen, and if not closer to the end of the game, certainly throughout the game so that other legs wouldn't have gotten so tired. But that's all water under the fridge because Montreal is going to strike first.
Anderson in after first. Got it loose. A chance here. Goalie front. Scores!
Philip Deneau. Great forecheck here by Anderson. Plays the puck with one arm. Gets it to Tex, who gets it in front to Goulet. Goulet? Robert Goulet? Gooley, who tips it off Deneau's skate. Much better start of the game. Lindy Ruff and the fans are quite upset about this goal, that it was awarded as a goal on the ice. They thought this looked like a kick, I guess, but I think that they're just seeing it through passionate eyes. Now we see Hudson get a juicy piece of meat. Carries the puck up the ice, partial break, but gets angled out and can't beat UPL. Montreal continues to press and continues to get chances. Caulfield with the sneaky backhand, but Luukkonen finds the save. Montreal, obviously at this point, a lot more energy, a lot better than the start they had in Game 6. I'm loving this. But on the other end of the sheet, Jack Quinn is going to get a chance when the greasy puck gets away from Danault. This was a theme tonight, I felt. The puck was coming off the Canadian sticks like crazy. I don't know if it was just nerves, but they weren't executing. Like the execution didn't feel like it was there. Sabres are now getting some chances. Gooley trying to lay the body, but I'm not sure how well that worked out for him. Then Caulfield, incredible chances. 2 high danger shots in front of the net, but UPL puts up fantastic saves. Buffalo clears the puck here, but it goes over the glass. They're going to take a delay of game penalty, and Montreal is going on the first power play of the game, which feels like you might not see very many power plays this game. The way that it's already coming out, this seems like they're both very cautious. However, later in the game, could have been a lot of penalties called. The referees kind of let them play, which didn't bother me. I like that. On the power play, the first unit doesn't capitalize, but when the second unit comes on and Nick Suzuki hangs around, they're going to make it 2-0.
Lane Hudson can't sift it through. It'll be Suzuki in front. Scores!
Bolduc on the power play. What a shot. Suzuki shovels the puck to Bolduc because the Sabres here are pressuring him. They pounce on him. Bolduc has a lot of time and he finds the shot that he wants, and it's a beauty. He really does have a great shot. He needs to work on his pace, I think. Now Texier, who has played a pretty good first period, breaks in alone. I thought for sure at this point he was going to put it in. It's Texier. He's really good on the breakaway, but he can't find an answer for UPL, who stands tall. This would have damaged the Buffalo Sabres pretty good. I think the psyche would have been hurt by this one. Before the end of the first, Gooley is going to get confused here. He thinks the puck is being turned around, so he takes a look. That's all the time that Buffalo needs to turn this into a 2-on-1. But Carrier, a brilliant defensive move. Wow, Carrier is having a great game so far, and ultimately would be assisting on the way that it ends. That's going to do it for 20, though. Montreal leads 2-0, but as we know in this series, leading 2-0 doesn't mean a whole lot. The key now is to continue the game that you've been playing. Don't park the bus. Play to win. Don't play to avoid losing. Unfortunately, that's exactly the opposite of what they do. They do take their foot off the gas quite a bit in the second period, and that goes right to the end of the third period. I'm sad to say. They just look a step behind Buffalo now, and I'll talk more about that. Now it looks like Gooley is going to go to the box with a 4-minute high sticking penalty. I'm getting PTSD from this already, but he doesn't even touch Norris here. Benson is the one who smacks his partner in the face. The officials miraculously review the play. They're not sure about the call anymore, and they call this off. Man, why can't they do this like every time? Now Bolduc is going to get a chance. He's bringing in a good level of energy like he usually does. I've really grown to respect Bolduc's game. And this is the point, I think it was around the 16-minute mark, where Montreal starts to get pulled right back in that quicksand that they were in Game 6. They're playing conservatively while Buffalo is on the attack. They just can't get anything going offensively, and that's causing a lot of D-zone time, which is a bad defense. You want to play in the offensive zone. That's a good defense. It's counterintuitive what they're doing. They're playing too meek. They're allowing the Sabres to get into the zone easily by only pushing with their forwards. Their defensemen are way back. They are being very, very cautious. Now the first line is out with Dobson and Hudson, and they're completely sewn in their zone. This is driving me nuts. First line so light on the pucks, no forward momentum in the D zone. And to add to that, I think Dobson is playing hurt, which probably led to the decision of not pairing Matheson with Dobson. I just don't think he can pull those minutes right now. Dobesh is again having to act as a firewall for his team, who are letting a lot through. You're watching this and you feel like, can they not see how hard Dobesh is battling? They need to elevate their game. And then Buffalo gets their first goal.
Back for Greenway. Our stick is loose on the ice, and here's a chance, scores!
Samuelson. Yeah, Dobesh can't stop everything. Buffalo's fourth line is out. Hudson and Dobson are having a hard time controlling the play. The guys get all stacked up in front of the net. Dobesh can't see anything. Samuelson finds the shot. 2-1 for Montreal. Dobesh continues fighting for his life in net. The period is coming to an end, but Buffalo is unrelenting. Montreal looks spent, but they make it to the buzzer. They have to go to the dressing room and figure out what they need to do. Buffalo seems to be able to continue pouring it on. Where can they find some extra gas? The third period begins, and Deneau is going to take an offensive zone penalty. Lovely. I felt like this was definitely going to be the game-tying moment, but they do kill this one, and they do it pretty well. Then Matheson puts one off the post, and then we see a scary moment. The puck trickles across the goal crease. Dobesh collects it, but gets slammed in the head by Zucker. This is obviously goaltender interference, but they don't call it. How is this not a penalty? He catches him right in the dome. And if this game had been a different outcome, you would never hear the end of this. Because what happens next is...
Owen Power down low. Scores! Rasmus Dahlin!
Yeah, Dahlin's going to make it 2-2. They'll tie it up. This is a goal played off the back of poor coverage. But man, can't help but think this would have been different if they called the obvious penalty. That's one they don't usually let slide either. Now Buffalo will become irate when the goal after the whistle wouldn't count. But I don't know what you want. The puck was frozen and then it went in after the whistle. It was poked free in Dobesh's pads. That's never been a goal, guys. Now we see Anderson breaking in, beats two defenders. Anderson still has gas, beats two guys, but he can't beat UPL. I think this was his second breakaway of the game. I mean, yeah, Anderson gets lots of good opportunities like this, but there's definitely a universe where Anderson scores all these breakaway goals. And I'm sure in that universe, he's probably like the best player in the NHL. So for the first time in this series, 60 minutes is not enough. They're going to overtime. And during the intermission, listen to Kelly Rudy here.
And I was like, you know what? Dobish is really embellishing that. That looks like...
This guy, I mean, I don't know if I want to take it so much out on Kelly Rudy, but honestly, this is the stuff you have to endure on Sportsnet as a Habs fan. They cannot hide their biases. I do like how they highlighted what Suzuki did. He's telling the official what the frig was that after Zucker runs into Dobesh and then gives Zucker a little smack. So we go into overtime. Buffalo looks like they could be the ones that have the momentum and could end it if the opportunity presented itself. Unfortunately for Buffalo, Ivan Demidov, Carrier, and Newhook combine to put this one away.
Time that came close to the line, and Montreal's going to work it out. Carrier ahead. Over the line comes Newhook. Shooting. Score!
And I have to say to the Buffalo fans, you were cheering your team off the ice. We didn't get along there for a while. There's some chirping going along. There was a couple of incidents. The guys at Habs Fan TV probably didn't appreciate some of those things that happened. But if I'm being completely honest, I think that they pushed things pretty far. Not that they deserved anything they got, but yeah, if you create waves like that, I don't know. You got to watch out. People get mad. Anyway, I feel like this was a great series, and I think that Buffalo is a great team. I thought for a long time that Buffalo is a great team. If Montreal would have went out in the first round, hey, I would have definitely been cheering on Buffalo over Tampa, but I do want to hand it to the fans and I do want to hand it to the team because it was a storybook type season for the Buffalo Sabres. And I think that there's no doubt that Buffalo's back. And I think that they had the fans there for them, ready, waiting for a long time. So I'm excited to see the rivalries continue with Buffalo. I'm excited to see where it gets, but I'm more excited to see what happens in the Montreal Canadiens versus the Carolina Hurricanes conference final. Bonkers. I can't believe it. They made it this far so young, and it's just another checkbox telling you how great the composition of this team is and how bright the future is going to be. I'm ecstatic, everyone. Yeah, the relief when Newhook scored that goal, it's hard to describe. I just love this team so much. I love the story we're on. It really feels like a long chapter, and we've just, you know what it feels like? It feels like a television show that just got renewed for another season, and I'm loving every episode. I'll probably do another video talking about my thoughts on this game. I didn't go through all of my notes, but it's 2:38 a.m. in the morning right now in New Brunswick, and I'm pretty friggin' tired. So I'm going to go to bed, but you guys know what to do. Like the video, it really helps me out with, I don't know, probably like search results, maybe. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
I could go down the list of why we won in the series, but I remember when we lost game one, what did I tell you? What did we need to do when we lost game one? Huh? Win 2 in a row. You did that, right? And after that, it was seesaw. But that's what happens when you win 2 in a row. You take control of the situation. You know, for me, we know what's coming, right? Well, you leave it! The show goes on! You know what?
Good shot, man. Good job, boys. Way to stick together and let's look forward. What's up?